Mastering Trading Psychology, the essential guide to emotional control, cognitive biases, and mental resilience for traders. Introduction: the psychological foundations of trading success. Trading represents one of the most challenging psychological endeavors an individual can undertake. While most aspiring traders focus obsessively on finding the perfect strategy or indicator, the uncomfortable truth is that trading success is primarily determined by psychological factors rather than analytical ones. This book provides a comprehensive examination of the three critical pillars of trading psychology: emotional control, cognitive bias mitigation, and mental resilience development. The markets serve as a merciless mirror, reflecting our deepest psychological patterns and flaws with brutal honesty. Every trade we make reveals something about our relationship with fear, greed, discipline, and risk. The difference between profitable traders and those who consistently lose money lies not in their strategies or market knowledge, but in their ability to master their internal psychological landscape. Chapter 1: the neuroscience of trading decisions. Modern neuroscience has revealed fascinating insights about what happens in our brains when we trade. Trading activates the same primal neural circuits that evolved to help our ancestors survive life-or-death situations. The amygdala, our brain's threat detection center, processes financial losses as existential threats, triggering powerful fight-or-flight responses. The dopamine system, which governs pleasure and reward, creates addictive patterns around trading wins. The stress hormone cortisol floods our system during drawdowns, significantly impairing our cognitive abilities. This biological reality explains why trading often feels so emotionally intense. We're essentially using Stone Age brain hardware to navigate the complex, fast-paced world of modern financial markets. Understanding this mismatch is crucial for developing effective psychological strategies for trading. Chapter 2: the two fundamental emotions, fear and greed. Fear manifests in trading through several distinct patterns. Analysis: paralysis occurs when traders become so overwhelmed by potential outcomes that they cannot execute trades. Premature profit-taking happens when traders exit winning positions too early due to anxiety about losing unrealized gains. Avoidance behavior appears when traders stop participating in markets after experiencing losses. Recency bias causes traders to give disproportionate weight to recent events, distorting their perception of probabilities. Greed expresses itself through equally destructive patterns. Revenge trading describes emotional attempts to immediately recover losses, typically leading to greater damage. Over-leveraging occurs when traders take excessive risk in pursuit of outsized gains. The disposition effect causes traders to hold losing positions too long while cutting winners short. FOMO, fear of missing out, drives traders to chase momentum without proper analysis. Chapter 3: the emotional cycle of trading. Most traders progress through a predictable emotional sequence that repeats throughout their careers. The cycle begins with euphoria after initial successes, creating dangerous overconfidence. Anxiety follows the first meaningful losses as doubt creeps in. Denial sets in as traders refuse to accept their mistakes, often blaming external factors. Panic takes over when losses accumulate, and emotional trading accelerates the damage. Despair arrives when confidence completely evaporates. The cycle concludes with either rebirth through developing true discipline or abandonment of trading altogether. Recognizing this emotional progression represents the first step in breaking destructive patterns. By anticipating these psychological phases, traders can prepare appropriate responses rather than reacting impulsively. Chapter 4: cognitive biases in trading. Cognitive biases represent systematic errors in thinking that affect every trader's decision-making process. Confirmation bias causes traders to seek out information that supports their existing views while ignoring contradictory evidence. Overconfidence bias leads traders to overestimate their predictive abilities and underestimate risks. Anchoring bias makes traders fixate on specific price levels, preventing objective analysis of changing market conditions. Availability bias causes traders to overweight recent or memorable events when assessing probabilities. The gambler's fallacy leads traders to believe that independent events are somehow connected, e.g., thinking a losing streak must end soon. Understanding these biases is crucial because they operate subconsciously, influencing our decisions without our awareness. Chapter 5. Developing Emotional Regulation Skills. Effective emotional regulation begins with self-awareness. Traders must learn to recognize their emotional states in real time without becoming overwhelmed by them. The 4-7-8 breathing technique, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8, can quickly calm the nervous system during stressful trading situations. Journaling provides objectivity by forcing traders to articulate their emotional states and decision-making processes. Pre-commitment strategies, such as setting predetermined stop-loss levels and position sizes before entering trades, prevent emotional interference during market fluctuations. Cognitive reframing techniques help traders view losses as learning opportunities rather than personal failures. Regular mindfulness practice can enhance a trader's ability to observe thoughts and emotions without reacting impulsively. Chapter 6. Building Mental Resilience. Mental resilience in trading involves developing the psychological toughness to endure losses and maintain consistency through inevitable drawdowns. Resilient traders view losses as an inherent cost of doing business rather than personal failures. They maintain strict risk management protocols even during winning streaks. They cultivate patience, understanding that trading success is measured in months and years, not days or weeks. Physical factors significantly impact mental resilience. Adequate sleep, regular exercise, and proper nutrition all contribute to better decision-making under stress. Traders should establish routines that support peak cognitive performance, including scheduled breaks during trading sessions and clear boundaries between work and personal time. Chapter 7. Creating a Psychological Trading Plan. A comprehensive trading plan must address psychological factors as thoroughly as it does technical ones. This includes defining acceptable risk parameters that account for emotional tolerance levels. Traders should establish rules for when to stop trading after consecutive losses or during periods of emotional distress. The plan should include specific protocols for reviewing both winning and losing trades to identify psychological patterns. Performance metrics should track psychological factors alongside financial results. This might include rating emotional states during trades, recording instances of rule violations, and tracking the quality of decision-making independent of outcomes. Regular review of these metrics helps traders identify and address psychological weaknesses. Chapter 8. The Psychology of Risk Management. Effective risk management is as much psychological as it is mathematical. Traders must overcome the natural tendency to take excessive risk when chasing losses or becoming overconfident after wins. Position sizing should account for emotional comfort levels, not just statistical probabilities. Stop-loss placement must consider both technical factors and psychological pain thresholds. The concept of risk of ruin takes on psychological dimensions beyond pure mathematics. Traders must understand how consecutive losses affect their emotional state and decision-making abilities. Implementing circuit breakers, predetermined points at which trading pauses, can prevent emotional decision-making during stressful periods. Chapter 9. Long-term psychological development. Developing trading psychology mastery is an ongoing process that evolves with experience. Traders progress through distinct psychological stages as they gain experience, from unconscious incompetence to unconscious competence. Maintaining a growth mindset is crucial, viewing challenges as opportunities for development rather than threats to self-esteem. Seasoned traders develop what might be called emotional wisdom, the ability to recognize familiar emotional patterns and respond to them with disciplined action rather than impulsive reaction. They cultivate patience and perspective, understanding that trading success comes from consistent execution over time, rather than any single trade or short-term outcome. Chapter 10. Integrating psychology into daily trading practice. The final chapter provides practical strategies for incorporating psychological principles into daily trading routines. This includes pre-market mental preparation exercises, in-trade awareness techniques, and post-trade psychological reviews. Traders learn to create personalized rituals that support optimal psychological states and develop warning systems for recognizing dangerous emotional patterns. The book concludes with a reminder that trading psychology mastery is not about eliminating emotions, but about developing a more sophisticated relationship with them. Successful traders don't become emotionless robots. They become more aware of their psychological patterns and more skilled at making disciplined decisions regardless of their emotional states. This psychological edge ultimately makes the difference between those who succeed in markets and those who don't.